Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is the 18th of November, and we have a six-game slate to break down for Fanduel. So, as normal, if you guys enjoy the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it, and hit that subscribe button for more NBA, Fanduel, DraftKings, and Prize Picks lineup advice videos. And yeah, hopefully, you guys all did pretty good last night. Came up just a little bit short last night. We had some injuries going on with Giannis, unfortunately, and it was just one of those nights. But we're gonna bounce back here today. Like I said, a really nice six gamer to look at if you want to get in on premium. Like I said, it's only $6 for a day pass. You get two lineups for FanDuel or DraftKings, or you can do one lineup of each. And we also have Price Picks going on as well. And Price Picks last night went 8 for 10 on our picks. We're gonna have a video on Price Picks breaking down today. But we went really well yesterday. Giannis was one of the main ones that we got hurt by, so um, and that kind of hurt the parlays. But overall, not bad. If you want to get in on premium, check us out. We have our Twitter in the comment section below. Click that link right there. It'll take you right to our Twitter, which is this right here. Give us a follow, message us. We'll get you guys all set up. And we also have a $30 monthly pass if you want to get in on that. If you don't have Twitter, like I said, we have our email. You can message us that way, and that will be down there as well for you guys. All right, so let's go break it down here. We have like I said, a six-game slate, a couple injuries to look at, and yeah. So our first game to look at here is Golden State Warriors taking on the Orlando Magic. We have a 223 and a 3.5 here spread with Golden State on the road at -3.5. So let's go look at briefly go look at the DVP, see what we got going on. This is the Golden State DVP. As you see, Golden State, they do struggle against point guards and centers. They give up 26.2 points per game to point guards. Um, Ton of three-pointers, assists, and steals, right? They struggle quite a bit. And who's the point guard for Orlando? Well, it's going to be Jalen Suggs. He's going to be back in this one, it looks like. He was out last time, but he should be back. Probably going to play about 26 to 28, maybe 30 minutes at tops. This is just going to be a cash game play for you guys. Probably not the greatest GPP play, but in cash games, I think Suggs can easily get you 26 to 30 um, for sure in this one. So that's the one I want to look at. And the other one I want to look at here is Wendell Carter, as I mentioned. Golden State struggles, right? 58.1% field goal percentage to centers. That's massive. And Wendell Carter loves living inside. They give up a ton of rebounds, 14.6, and a ton of blocks, 1.9 per game. And that's literally where Wendell Carter is. And I'm really shocked by how cheap he is at 5,400. This is going to be a GPP play for me. He's playing solid minutes at 30, about 30, 31 minutes. I know he's been all over the place, but look, this is an easy one for him. This, could be the first double-double for him in a while since Washington. Who knows? We'll see. But the biggest thing for Wendell Carter is those turnovers, man. They really hurt him quite a bit. But, Golden State's vulnerable to the block. So I don't mind Wendell Carter. I said GPP here in this one. And for Golden State, the only one I really care for here is Steph Curry. Orlando's actually a pretty good defense, so Curry's the only one I really care for. They struggle against giving up three-pointers to point guards, so Curry's probably your main one to look at here. All right, moving on to Boston and Brooklyn. We got a 222 and a 10.5 here. Boston on the road, so yeah, obviously on paper should be a blowout, but it's only a 10, so it's not like the worst in the world. Let's go look at the Brooklyn defense here. They struggle against centers and small forwards quite a bit. Shooting guard, power forwards. The shooting guard, they give up 3.4 three-pointers per game. Small forwards, they give up 3.5, 51% field goal percentage. So if you think Brooklyn stays in this game, Jaylen Brown's probably going to be the best on paper to look at 8,600. But also it could be a potential blowout, so keep that in mind. The other one I want to look at here is Simons, and the only reason I look at Anthony Simons here, he only played 11 minutes last time out. I get that, but he's, overall he was still playing pretty big minutes, and you're taking a slight risk with him. Today, if he only gets 10 minutes, yeah, you're going to get screwed. But hopefully, he gets back to that mid-20s. And this is only a GPP punt play because he's not going to get a ton of minutes. But as I mentioned, Brooklyn sucks against shooting guards. Um, three-pointers, and that's exactly what Simons does, and a couple assists. So I don't mind him in cheap options in tournaments, but definitely not cash games. And Simons and GPPs is what I'm looking at. Centers, they struggle. So you can go look at Kada, 62% field goal percentage, against them. So Keita definitely could be in a very good spot here at 5,000. So really don't mind looking at him. Maybe even Luke Garza off the bench in deep GPP tournaments. Another guy that maybe he can get you 21, 22, but that's, really, really going far in things. But that's what we got going on. Let's move it on to Detroit and Atlanta. So we got quite a bit of injuries going on in this one. Um, and it is, I think, a back-to-back here for, back-to-back for Detroit. Just keep that one in mind. And actually, Atlanta's a really good defense on paper. They don't really struggle a lot, and Detroit's kind of the same way. So it's a higher total here, but both these teams are really good, on the paper. So it's a 230. Like I said, I'll go check out Atlanta real quick. But yeah, Atlanta's really not that bad. They do struggle against shooting guards, so it just depends on who's starting over there. If Kate Cunningham is out again, I think you got a good Jenkins, but I think Kate Cunningham honestly game. I really do. Um, but yeah, if he doesn't play, it's just a mess again. So this game I really can't talk about a lot. Atlanta side, I really don't have much. Akon Wu and Porzingis, depending on what's going on with these guys, and Zachary Ricochet. If they're all out, I don't think they will be, but if they're all out, Mohamed Gay comes into play, Asa Newell comes into play. But, I could see a Convu City and Porzingis playing, but still, I just, Detroit's not that bad of a defense. So, overall, just going to have to see how this one goes throughout the day for me. All right, Memphis and San Antonio, another one that has a ton of injuries. Let me see the total on this one. We have a 232 and a 6.5. So Victor's out, Castle's out, Jaw's out, Ty's out, Harper's out. Like I said, yeah, Castle. It's just Victor. A lot of people are out here today, so let's go check it out. Try to break it down. Zach Edey, I think he's in a half decent spot here. I think he can definitely smash here, especially with no Ja Morant. We'll see how his minutes are, but I still think he's going to get you 30, 35, fancy points at 5,800. Santamata is not bad off the bench, but he's been slightly monitored with his minutes. Sorry, limited with his minutes. Then you got Luke Cornett, probably going to be the main one, chalky guy. Luke Cornett, 34-7, 27 minutes without Victor. GPP option for me is my boy Kelly. He was in my $100,000 lineup. If he gets a little bit more minutes, then heck yeah, but he hasn't really played much, so we'll see. But who knows? Maybe Cornette doesn't start and Kelly starts, or Cornette gets hurt and Kelly gets extra minutes. Who knows? But that's kind of what we're looking at there. Another GPP I want to look at here is Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes. Like Memphis ain't that great on kind of like small forward area. They do struggle against that, so I know they're not the quote unquote the sexiest place to look at, but um, Keldon Johnson, I know he doesn't play a ton of minutes, but with all those guards being down, he's not in a worse spot. If he gets you, last time out he had 29 fancy points against I know Sacramento, but I don't know. I really don't mind Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes on some GPPs. All right, Utah and Atlanta. Let's keep this one going. Sorry, Utah and Lakers. I'm so sorry. We have a 239 and a 12.5 here, so LeBron could be playing in this one, so that's why the total's like it is. The one spot that the Lakers do struggle is kind of like the power forward position, and if you know who the power forward, over there for Utah, it's going to be Lauri Markkanen, the only guy on that team that I really, think is worth a play here. So I do like Markkanen. Utah really struggles against shooting guards in the three-point land, so Austin Reeves comes into play here, and also Luka Doncic comes into play as well. So slight blowout concern, but those are the main guys I'm looking at, and I really don't mind Markkanen. I really don't. He's been on an absolute tear. Phoenix and Portland is the last one here at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That's 11 o'clock Eastern. My goodness. 236.5 and a 2.5 on the higher totals on the slate. Both these teams Phoenix is the better team on paper as of now, and ever since Drew Holiday went down with that injury, Portland's been absolute trash. So, their defense is just terrible. Centers, power forwards, small forwards, shooting guards. So I think you can really pick and choose where you want to go here with Phoenix. I think Booker for sure is in play. Colin Gillespie comes into play. Dylan Brooks is still in a good spot. Like, there's some half decent plays here. Also, I really don't mind Mark Williams, but he just hasn't really been getting it done offensively. But I could see this being a random Mark Williams games where he gets you 16 points, 16 rebounds. I can definitely see that. So, but he's been sluggish a little bit recently, but I could see a big game coming from Mark Williams at lower ownership. And then over here on the Portland side, yeah, Denny Avila's not in a bad spot. Shannon Sharp's in a good spot. Drew Holiday's probably not going to play in this game. Kamara. But like I said, I would rather go on the Phoenix side. So even Ryan Dunn comes into play if he starts. I mean, he's really, really cheap. Last time out, he had 27.8. But yeah, main guys, like I said, Gillespie, Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams on that side there. All right, let's go give you guys kind of a ghost lineup, so a skeleton lineup, so to say. So I really do like Devin Booker. I know it says ranked 7th, but like I said, that's with Drew Holiday in there, and he's not there. So I really don't mind going that way. I think Shannon Sharp, like I said, is in a half decent spot. Depending on what's going on with Kate Cunningham, Jenkins comes into play, obviously. Gillespie, as I mentioned. And if we just want to go straight up cash games, we did mention Jalen Suggs at 5,800. Moving down the list a little bit, I really do like De'Aaron Fox. If you don't want to go, well, Booker can. There we go. Booker can be a shooting guard. But like I said, you got 9,200 Booker. You got a Brown at 8,600. I don't mind that either. Like I said, Shannon Sharp, Dylan Brooks. Another guy I wanted to mention, I totally forgot to mention him, was Cedric Howard. I mean, everybody's out there on the, point guards and shooting guards for Memphis, and he's going to have to probably play at least 30 minutes in this one. So, not the greatest matchup on paper for him, but if you want to put him in there, Cedric Howard's really not in too bad of a spot either. All right, like I said, I really don't mind looking at Denny Avila here. I really don't mind looking at Marketing. Look, if Utah's going to score a little bit, it's going to have to be Marketing. Look at this guy, 35, 40, and 47 real points. Dude's been on an absolute machine tear. He's ready to get traded. He's ready to get out of Utah. That's what that shows me. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. Let's see, Devin Vassell comes into play at 5,400. Really good option as well. But yeah, that's kind of what we got going. If you guys want to come join us for premium, we'd love to have you guys. Like I said, it's only $6 for a day pass, so it's really not that bad. And $30 for a monthly pass if you want to come join us for that. And you get 2 lineups per day for the $6 day pass. Check us out. Our Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link. It will take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow and message us as well. And like I said, if you don't have Twitter, no worries. We have our email. You can message us, and we'll get you guys all set up as well. So, looking like a half-decent little slate, like I said. At the center, you got Kada, you got Wendell Carter, Mark Williams, Zach Edey, a lot of really good mid-range guys out there. So, once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, everybody. And like I said, if you want to get in on premium, we'd love to have you. And we're going to have a Prize Picks video coming up here just shortly, so watch out for that one as well. All right, once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.